man. This is what
I was
happens
like,
when we are live.
wow, they say I just want to keep chatting. The word in French is papoter.
Yeah,
It just means to chat, 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 chat.
we're chatting too much.
So how are you, Jeff?
I'm okay. I'm all right with the sun. It's winter. It's not that cold.
Yeah,
Um,
true.
it's not that cold. We had some snow, so that's always nice.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it got cold a little bit, but I mean, I work, as you can see the light coming in. There's a huge opening that never closes. So I work pretty much close to outside. And,
Good.
I'm comfortable with just a vest. I mean, it hasn't been so cold that I can't, that it's difficult to work. So, my conditions are okay, seeing that it's warm enough. But you know what? I had another experience today. As long as I have been in France, and as much as, we love to hate the French, and we love the French, and I'm married to one, and you're married to one, they sometimes think really different. They have a whole different process of how to do something. And I've had examples over the years, but I had one again this morning with a colleague, while we were working. He said, well, move everything like this. And I'm like, well, gosh, we could save 10 minutes if we just leave it and work around it. No. They just don't see things the same way. They
It's
just,
called culture.
yeah, it's their perspective, their perception is completely different. And I like being really efficient. And it's like, no, we have to do this big roundabout thing that you get to the same place.
Yeah, we're beautiful.
Oh my gosh. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you. Now I'll complain about Americans. Well, not really complain, but did you see Pamela Anderson was here in France recently?
I saw something. I didn't read it though.
Oh my God, it's just too funny. So Pamela Anderson is hooked up with the French Brigitte Bardot, who they both live in Los Angeles, and they're both pretty, they're both intelligent women. I don't consider either of them really bimbos.
Right.
But I think Brigitte Bardot has really gotten Pamela Anderson on board about this whole animal thing.
Okay.
And so Pamela Anderson was here in France with somebody from, what is it, Amnesty International, which, that's a pretty big group. But anyway, she went live on television. There was a press conference, and here's Pamela Anderson in, almost negligee type clothing. I mean, it was a sheer black with, polka dots, and, of course, her hair and her big lips, and, very pretty, stunning woman. And she said in her sweet little voice, I'm here to ask the French people to please stop eating foie gras.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God. It's like she's asking 66 million Frenchmen to stop eating foie gras. I mean, this is national food we're talking here. It's like, if someone from France, if Brigitte Bardot had a press conference in LA asking us Americans to stop eating, chicken, like Kentucky Fried Chicken, because they're raised inside. I mean, it's just part of our culture. It's who we are. It's been there for years. You like it, you don't like it, but the whole country is not going to give it up because you're pretty.
Yeah, interesting. I actually went one time to a farm.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because it's interesting because they are force fed. I mean,
they are. Yeah.
They are force fed. Yeah. But certainly the ones in the Perigord and all that are free range. They have a pretty good life. As an animal can have. I mean, force fed, that is for sure.
Right. And they gave, they actually just force feed them, and that's why the liver's sick. And of course we've known that, but I've never investigated it as much. But it was just a little embarrassing as an American to watch this other American icon. They thought, well, we'll get attention with Pamela Anderson. I mean, I'm sure the only thing the French would have really loved was to seen her in a red bathing suit. You know, they don't want to.
Who cares?
Exactly. I mean, that would have, you know, that they might have said, I'll give up foie gras for 1 month if she shows up in her bathing suit. But, you know, I mean, 66 million French people, oh, please stop eating foie gras. And it was just the way she said it was just like this, you know, 18-year-old girl that, oh, it was just dumb. Anyway, there's my little jab.
Well, I'm sure she's changed everybody's mind.
Oh, yeah, probably for about 1 second. All the men that were there changed your mind for 1 second. You watch. I'm still, you know, selling it here. The overstock of Christmas, and people are still buying it. So anyway, that was just kind of my funny jab at Pamela Anderson.
That's good.
Yeah, but anyway, now listen, I guess because I do have to go into a business meeting here, so I'm going to toss out there, my Facebook page now is Duck Duck Soup. And Jeff will put a link to it, and it's to share recipes between all of my clients here in the south of France, and probably some people in Paris too, and Americans. So, you know, there's all kinds of les astuces, which I was telling you about. Some French woman was telling me she puts a little bit of baking soda in with her vegetables to cook them, and it keeps them fresher. So there's all kinds of things that we're going to be exchanging, and you can go to the page Duck Duck Soup, and why I came up with the name was the Marx Brothers did a movie called Duck Soup, and duck soup means something that's easy. If it's as easy as ducks, you know, it's as easy as duck soup is kind of the saying. But Groucho Marx said, take 2 turkeys, 1 goose, 4 cabbages, no duck, mix them together, taste it, and you'll eat duck soup for the rest of your life. So that's why I call it Duck Duck Soup. We're going to exchange cultural things, astuce, language. We'll probably go into franglais, and just to kind of share recipes and selfie pictures. And I'm going to get your picture on there. I haven't figured out how to yet, but I've got time this weekend. So there we go. I'm doing Duck Duck Soup, and it's a cultural exchange of food recipes between the south of France and the United States. Voila.
Very good, Jan.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you could just set up that link, you guys can find me through Jeff. And Jeff, I'm going to be posting your pictures on there. I saw you did another picture, so I'll get that up there. And I also found something really funny called food globing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, more about it next week.
All right, sounds good.
Globing. So there you go. I wish you a very nice weekend.
Me too.
And stay warm. It is kind of chilly, but we have a lot of sun. So, you know, as long as the weather's nice.
Sounds good. All right.
And the food's good.
And the food's good. All right.
See you later, Jeff. See you next week. Ciao. Bye.